In 12th century Norse folklore, sailors whispered of a beast the size of a mountain. They called it the Kraken. According to the legends, it could rise from the churning dark ocean and drag entire ships down into the abyss. This image shows an octopus-like monster, violently wrapping its arms around a sailing ship. For early navigators, the open ocean was incredibly treacherous, and the vast unknown depths became a blank canvas for their deepest fears to take physical form. This illustration from Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea shows a squid-like monster dragging a sailor from the deck of the Nautilus. Pop culture took those early maritime terrors and cemented the idea of ship-sinking cephalopods into the global imagination. But the ocean was filled with imaginary terrors, from mermaids to the supposed sea bishop. The Kraken is the rare exception. It actually sits on a foundation of zoological truth. The myth of the Kraken was ancient humanity's desperate attempt to rationalize terrifying, fleeting glimpses of a very real, highly elusive leviathan, the giant squid. By the 19th century, sailors were reporting encounters with another creature, the sea serpent. This myth ran parallel to the Kraken, and the two were frequently conflated in official naval records. This sketch from the 1848 HMS Daedalus sighting shows a dark, serpent-like head devoid of eyes. But the lower diagram reveals the truth. When a giant squid swims near the surface with arms held tight, its exposed body perfectly mimics a serpent's head. This 1734 sketch illustrates another myth, a dragon squirting a massive stream of water toward a ship. The lower diagram explains the mechanism. Cephalopods use a specialized funnel to shoot powerful jets of water to escape predators, looking exactly like a dragon breathing liquid fire. Maritime folklore rarely invented monsters out of thin air. Sailors simply misidentified the unique anatomical survival tactics of giant squids navigating near the surface. The oldest descriptions of the Kraken from Bishop Pontoppidan claimed the monster was so massive it resembled a floating island, so large that a ship's crew could accidentally land on its back. Squids possess internal pockets of ammonium ions within their muscles. This chemical solution is less dense than seawater, giving the animal neutral buoyancy so it can hover in the deep ocean without constantly expending swimming energy. When the squid dies, that exact buoyancy chemistry pulls its massive, fleshy, rotting body straight to the surface. To a passing ship, a floating 18-meter carcass looks exactly like a small, fleshy island. The myths finally collided with hard science in the 1800s. Commercial whalers began butchering sperm whales and finding massive, unidentifiable tentacles wadded up inside their stomachs. This historic 1873 photograph shows a mostly intact squid specimen draped over a sponge bath. Reverend Moses Harvey secured the animal from two fishermen in Newfoundland, capturing the first undeniable photographic proof for zoologists. The relentless accumulation of physical evidence, from regurgitated arms to Harvey's sponge bath photo, forced science to recognize the creature. The Kraken was pulled from cryptozoology and officially classified under the genus Architeuthis. This documentary photo of a specimen found in Reinheim, Norway, establishes the true biological scale of the animal. It is an 18-meter-long predator equipped with the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, adapted to absorb the faintest light in the abyss. This technical comparison of squid and octopus anatomy highlights a crucial distinction: the long tentacles unique to the squid. While octopuses have 8 arms, squids have 8 arms plus 2 elongated feeding tentacles. Those tentacles account for the vast majority of its incredible length. Down in the high-pressure depths, Architeuthis fights a violent evolutionary war. Its only true predator is the massive sperm whale. This forensic close-up shows a patch of sperm whale skin covered in circular sucker scars. The edges of a giant squid's suction cups are lined with sharp chitinous denticles, leaving these permanent physical records of their deep-sea battles etched into the whales that survive them. Despite its massive size, the animal remained incredibly elusive. For over a century, malacologists were forced to base their understanding of the creature on dead or mangled specimens that washed ashore. That completely changed in 2005. Researchers Tsunemi Kubadera and Kiyoshi Mori deployed baited cameras 900 meters deep in the North Pacific and captured the first ever footage of a live Architeuthis in its natural habitat. The footage proved the squid was a powerful, fast-swimming predator. It struck the bait with the exact terrifying speed described in ancient maritime accounts. Taxonomy and video evidence eventually gave the beast a name and mapped its anatomy. Yet the giant squid remains the only ancient sea monster to survive into the modern era as a living reality, proving that sometimes the monsters in the dark are real.